at the state legislature, and it's been one crazy session. Republicans' ridiculous bills have officially made Arizona a national embarrassment. Republicans voted last week to pass a ridiculous birther bill. They failed to deal with the real immigration issue, crime and violence along the border and in our neighborhoods. Republicans have left Arizonans wondering when they're going to get down to business and do the hard work on the real problems our state faces. It's no secret that Arizona is on the wrong track. All the while, Republicans, who have held the majority for more than 40 years here at the state legislature, have failed to lead or do any real work to solve real problems. And Governor Jan Brewer has supported these wrong track and ridiculous bills. It's time for a change. Representative Sinema.
Thank you, Representative Lujan. I want to review some of the wrong track legislation that Republicans voted for this year that fails to address Arizona's real problems. This year, Republicans voted to pass the birther bill, making Arizona the only state in the nation that is on the track to require presidential candidates to prove their citizenship to our Secretary of State in order to appear on our ballot. Senate Bill 1070, a bill that fails to crack down on Arizona's real immigration problems, crime and violence along the border and in our neighborhoods, generated from criminal syndicates, drug and human traffickers. Republicans repeatedly ignored Democratic bills that address these real immigration issues. Sarah has handed out copies of those real bills to you. The elimination of health care for kids on Kids Care and Medicaid, which makes Arizona the only state in the nation to completely wipe out the health care program for children. The elimination of the concealed carry weapon permit requirement, which makes it harder for police to do their job and makes Arizona the only state with a high crime rate to eliminate that requirement. The only other states that have eliminated or do not have a CCW permit requirement are Vermont and Alaska. Those are both rural states with very low crime rates. The elimination of the Department of Tourism, the pending elimination of the Department of Juvenile Corrections, the closure of state parks and rest stops, Speaker Adams's corporate bailout bill that siphons $650 million per year out of our already beleaguered state budget, a bill that allows automatic weapons to be manufactured and sold in the state. As we all know, automatic weapons are prohibited under federal law. This bill says that no federal regulations apply if the guns are made and sold here in Arizona. And right now, Republicans are continuing to consider passing bills that make it nearly impossible for single people to adopt children and to not allow people on food stamps to buy cell phones or drive cars that are worth more than $5,000. These bills are nothing more than a waste of taxpayers' time when the legislature should be working to fix real issues, like the fact that they eliminated Kids Care, which forfeits all federal health care dollars for kids and seniors in Arizona, and failing to address the real problems that exist along our border. It's unbelievable that Republican ideologues continue to make Arizona the laughing stock of the nation during such tough economic times, when real problems exist for middle-class families. It's embarrassing for our state. Representative Campbell.
Thank you, Representative Sinema. We're back to musical chairs, I see today. As you can see, Arizona is on the wrong track. Too many Arizonans are losing their jobs, and Arizona schools are underfunded, but Republicans continue to eagerly cut education and jobs from our state. For the past 2 years, middle-class families and their kids have struggled to deal with an economic crisis, fewer police officers on the streets, and exponentially growing classroom sizes. And what have the Republicans been doing this entire time? They are wasting taxpayers' money and time on ridiculous, radical legislation instead of working on important issues like health care, jobs, health care for kids and seniors, and education. The Republicans also continue to give away tax breaks to corporations and the rich, while middle-class families pay for it. The cost of health care is too high, yet Republicans massively cut health care during these tough economic times, and now many Arizona families and children can't even afford to go to a doctor. Republicans are out of touch and out of step with Arizonans. They've failed to lead, they've clearly got the wrong priorities, and they've been in office for far too long. And as Mr. Lujan pointed out at the beginning of this press conference, it's time for a change, and it's time to get Arizona back on track. And with that, we are going to take questions.